So now we look at algorithms. We are told algorithms is a set of instructions which is much like a recipe that is used to solve a particular problem in a step-by-step procedure. When you are solving a problem using algorithms, there are steps you must use, the step-by-step procedure, of which we are going to learn more about this. Then we have it describes precisely what has to be done with input to get output, and it stops after a time. What does it mean? This means that there has to be a result. Okay, there has to be the result. What else do we have under algorithms? An algorithm is not the code that is fed into the computer. It is simply a list of instructions. A list of instructions. I feel I must underline that one. A list of instructions that gives information about how to write a computer code. So this is what algorithms are all about. Having looked at this one, let us now go to the characteristics of algorithms. Characteristics of algorithms. So on the characteristics of an algorithm, we are saying it should be clear and well ordered. It should be clear and well ordered. It should be clear and well ordered. So point number 2, we are saying the instructions for the operation should be clear so that a programmer immediately understands what was intended. Then number 3 is that the instructions should be given in a way that they can be carried out in a finite number of steps. Then we have the last point, which is an algorithm should have a start and a stop button. I don't know if it's a button, but I would just say it should. This is a program. It is supposed to have a start and a stop. A program has to have a start and a stop. We can't have an activity which just have a start, but it doesn't have a stop. No. So it's supposed to have a start and also a stop processes. Now, we have examples. Let us look at examples. So we have one example, and the example is saying, arrange the series of words below to form meaningful instructions for an activity. So there is an activity here. The activity is that without a number, you stop, replace receiver, start, look up a number. Then we have a conversation. Then you lift receiver. This is the activity which is now. This activity, it is jumbled. It is jumbled. So this activity is jumbled. Now we have to arrange it so that it is in a meaningful instructions, so that we form a meaningful instruction. So which one can be our first? Our first step there. Which one will be our first step there? So as usual, because there is a start here, so our start will be our number 1. This will be our first step. Then after you start, we are going to look up for a number. So this one will be our number 2, which is this one. Then after we look up for a number, what we'll do is that we have to lift the receiver. We have to lift a receiver. We have to lift a receiver, or we lift receiver. After lifting the receiver, which is our number 3, we have to dial a number. So we dial a number, which is our number 4 activity. After we dial a number, what happens is that we are going to have the conversation, which is activity number 5. After having the conversation, then now we have to replace the receiver, meaning now the conversation has come to an end, which is number 6. And finally, we have to stop our program, which is step number 7. So this means that it will be like this. So this means that we are going to have number 1. Where is number 1? We are going to have start. After you start, what else? Number 2, we are going to say you look up a number. After you look up a number, then we are going to our number 3 is that where is our number 3? You lift the receiver. Then after lifting up the receiver there, what else do we have? Number 4 is that we dial. You dial a number. Dial a number. After you dial a number, what else? Number 5 is that once you dial a number, you need to have a conversation. Have a conversation. After you have conversation, we have number 6 where we have to replace receiver. You replace receiver. After you replace the receiver, then we have replaced the receiver. We have a conversation. We have a conversation, which is number 5. We have replaced receiver. After you replace receiver, of course, it means that it is the end of the program. So now you stop your program or your conversation. So such is what we call an algorithm. So now let us our next video will be on how algorithm is implemented, or how to implement, or methods of implementing algorithms. So we are going to look at the flowchart, and we'll also look at the decision loops. After flowcharts, now we'll look also at the pseudocode. Otherwise, thank you so much. We end here.